Well guys, we are back on the lake job this morning. The good news is the sun is out. It has dried up, as you guys can probably tell from the ground. Yeah, it's cold. So it's about 20 degrees this morning, and they're calling for about 4 or 5 days of decent weather. So I'm hoping we can get this pretty much knocked out. Unfortunately, I got a couple other commitments this morning I got to go deal with. So we're going to get Jerry fired up and get him rolling. I did convince him to run the dozer with heat this morning. That was a chore in itself. He deserves a little bit of heat. So anyways, we're going to get him started. I'm gonna meet with Jerry. We're gonna get a plan on stripping the rest of this topsoil, maybe dealing with this subsoil, and kind of getting a plan of we're gonna start here and work our way back to the dam there. So let me catch up with old Jerry here this morning, get us a plan. I'll kind of explain to you guys what's going on a little bit, and hopefully we can have a good day here. I like that spiffy new sweatshirt you got on there.
Tell you what, either that heater or this new hoodie's going to have to go already.
Is it nice and toasty in there?
Too warm already.
At least that one's not quite as cold natured as the other one.
No, it's not.
The old 850B, it takes a little while to get rolling in the morning.
It's kind of like me in the morning.
All right, let's get us a plan, Jerry. All right, guys, met with Jerry here a little bit, kind of talked this over. We kind of agreed upon a plan. We're trying to take notes and apply what we learned from building that section of the dam and the struggles we had. So if you guys can see right here, we still kind of got our original mark of where our kind of proposed levee's going to go. So what Jerry's going to do this morning is he's going to take all that topsoil, strip it, get it set back here a pretty good little ways out of our way, and then we're going to come in here. There's like 2 feet of subsoil in here that is just not really good for a whole lot of anything except for fill. It's just hard to get it packed. It's just kind of a mess. So basically, if you guys can imagine, topsoil back here, then Jerry's going to take the subsoil and put it, go ahead and get it on the back side of the dam ahead of digging the core trench. That way we're not pushing all that dirt up and over trying to get it on the back side of the dam. It'll already be there. Then we'll come back in, dig the core trench, and hopefully at this point, this area over here will already be down to the good dirt. We can push it straight in the core trench, build the inner slope and the top of the dam with it. Then that subsoil will just be the backing on the backside. Hopefully that will eliminate a lot of the struggles we had over there. I don't know if you guys can see that over there, but that's how the dam turned out. Absolutely awesome. But we were on the struggle bus, and I think that was a little bit documented in the video. So like I said, unfortunately, I'm going to have to let Jerry run and do his thing this morning. I got to run to Evansville and run some other errands. I've got some other commitments, but I am going to leave the camera here. I'm going to put it up on time lapse. I think it's going to be a pretty cool little shot of what Jerry's going to do today if I can get it to run all day. So the question is, after it warms up, will we switch dozers? He looks awful cozy in there in the heat. He's already taken his sweatshirt off. So anyways, Jerry said he can run about 10 hours today. We're gonna let him do his thing. I'll be back up here in the morning, and we'll be back up here in the morning. Hopefully by then we'll be able to get the core in. And like I said, we're gonna start up here and work back down where we're at. I think this was the worst dirt to start with anyways. We do have one little section down here that's going to be a little bit on the wetter side, but we're through the majority of the really bad stuff. So all right, I'm gonna set you guys up and hopefully you enjoy the time lapse. just want to hit on a few things here real quick, guys. So what you were seeing is Jerry pretty much working an 8-hour day on the 850J. Now, what is more incredible than Jerry working an 8-hour day on the 850J is that I actually got a GoPro to record for 8 hours straight without glitching out. You guys that use GoPros probably know what a feat that is. But every time it's inevitable, every time I post a video like this or we get on a project like this, always get all kinds of comments about you need a bigger dozer, you need a scraper, you need a haul truck, you need a bigger excavator, you need this, you need that. And this particular job here is a great example. This is a pretty large dirt moving job. We're probably moving close to 10,000 yards on this job. And I am so thankful I've got the equipment I got on this job. 2 850 dozers, 140 excavator. With these conditions and what we got going here, this works out absolutely perfect. Now, I've got this philosophy that bigger is not always better, and it proves to be true more times than not. If you guys want me to do a video on that and go into great detail and elaborate about why I size my equipment, I do. I've covered a little bit as far as weight restrictions and stuff we got on our roads, but there's a whole lot more to it than just that. I'll hit on that out there real quick. That was kind of that wet spot down there. Jerry was actually able to get some of that mud pushed up there in the pond. We'll cover that a little bit later in the video as well. But there's just there's so much that goes into it, and a lot of it comes down to what makes the most sense financially and economically to do different jobs like this. And as you guys will see here at the end of this video, it's crazy the amount of dirt you can move, especially with 2 of these 850s, and especially in conditions like this. I just don't think a whole lot bigger equipment would make a lot of a difference. So let me know in the comments down below if you want me to go into detail about why bigger is not always better, and great detail about how I size my machines, the way I size them. I'll be happy to do that if you guys got some interest in that. But as you guys can see, Jerry pretty much worked till the sun went down here. Matt kind of jumped in at the end. You see the D4 running around there helping get some topsoil piles knocked off, and then we'll show up here the next day and get started on the core trench. But yeah, you can move some dirt, that's for dang sure. Jerry's the man. All right, it is the next day. It's another beautiful day. They're calling for some rain again tonight, so Jerry and I are going to get done what we can. As you guys see yesterday, Jerry got most of the subsoil pushed down there, got that all cleaned up. Looks really nice, really easy downhill push. I think we got things going our way. Got the D4 fired up and the roller fired up this morning. We are down a person. Matt is got some family obligations, so it's just me and Jerry this morning. We're gonna go over here and start on this top side, start digging a keyway going down, and we'll probably work our way down to where we're at there. So definitely think it was a good move to spend the day yesterday and get as much of that subsoil moved as we can. You can kind of see Jerry's got the back side of the dam started going up there, so let's swing around and start digging this keyway. I don't know how it shows up on camera, but you can almost see it going across there. You can see the difference in the colors between the dirt. Man, you building these dams like this, you've really got to pay attention to that dirt. Make sure you get the right dirt in the right place. You guys have seen the past videos of the failed dam videos we had to repair. That's part of the reason why, is the wrong dirt's in the wrong place. Sometimes you can only do so much. You can just kind of do what the ground gives you, but you need to do the best you can with what you got. All right, let's start digging. This keyway here shouldn't have to be near as extensive as the one we dug over yonder, because Jerry's already got a couple feet of that nastier dirt off the top. So we're just gonna dig down maybe a couple, 3-4 feet, make sure we don't see anything we don't like, and get everything kind of locked together. I need to make sure I leave myself enough of a roll on that end when I get that roller down there. Much better dirt than what we were dealing with on that other side. No comparison. I'm glad we did that other side first and kind of learned a little bit, so we knew what to do over here. This is going to make this side go so much easier. get you guys a little bit of an aerial shot here in a minute, but remember we talked about when we first started this pond, the reason why we were clipping this corner over here is because we dug test holes and we had pretty shallow rock down there on that far end, and that's kind of what we're hitting here is a little bit of rock in this keyway. So we're going to be about right. We're going to be right about where we need to be to get this done. Now what I do whenever I hit that rock down there is I was able to dig through about 8-10 inches of it. The top of it was pretty loose, so I got all that loose stuff out of there, and then we'll come back and scrape off the top of that rock where it's solid, get a small lift of clay in there and just try to get it bonded off and sealed up. But you gotta get that loose rock off the top of the solid rock, otherwise that'll possibly leave you a leak path to get through there. So I'm probably gonna go another 50-60 feet here. We may go ahead and start backfilling this before I get too far ahead of ourselves. Jerry's still back here behind me. You guys probably seen him. He's still back here behind me just pushing. He's actually pushing some good clay down right now, but he can get some across there and then we can come back and dig the keyway through it. It's not that big a deal. So kind of see right here in these scoops right here, that dirt starts changing. Gets a little bit more gravelly, and right below it's that little bit of fractured rock. That's what we got to get out of here. That's the whole reason why we're doing the keyway. Show you guys the old, look at old 850 over there, man, pushing downhill. That thing's a beast. I keep forgetting to mention, that is the new dozer, obviously, and it's been doing awesome. We ain't had a minute's trouble out of it yet. All right, trucking along here pretty good this morning. Jerry's already started bringing some good clay back into our trench. Since we're short-handed this morning, I'll have to hop off and run it with the D4, but it's going extremely well. I don't want to jinx it. Tracking along here. Getting out here in this bottom with a dirt stock wide is good. Got one hole out there. It's kind of like what it was on the other side over there. It's just kind of that nastier dirt, but the majority of the dirt's been holding up pretty well, so that's good news. Jerry hopping a little D4 down there is getting that first lift kind of pushed in. We'll take the roller and probably compact that the best we can. Rock jumped up there a little bit, got even more shallower, which definitely confirms we've got this dam in the right place for sure. Boy, old Jerry's earning his money this morning. He's 850 D4, now he's on the roller. But that dirt is packed in that keyway. Very, very, very nice. Hit a little bit of more shallow rock right here, but I actually took the teeth and cut some grooves in it, so hoping whenever Jerry comes through there with that clay, gets it compacted in with that roller, should kind of tighten it off there a little bit, but looking good. All right, guys, one of the other mistakes we made last time on our trench is we got too far ahead of ourselves and our trench started filling up with water. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and start getting this filled in. You guys can already see some bleed water starting to come in. This is how close we are to connecting. I'm not quite ready to commit yet on connecting those two without possible rain coming in, so we're gonna focus on getting this much done. Jerry's bringing some better dirt in. Up there on the top side, that there's pretty good material. Should pack pretty good.
Don't be grabbing that dirt. I need all of that in the trench.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna hop on the D4. We'll kind of level that off a little bit, and then we'll run the compactor on it and get that filled in and make sure it's solid. You guys remember from that other video how much we fought that. We really fought the water in that other trench. So I don't want to make that mistake again either. Getting the old exercise in today on the roller duty. Easy now. You guys see that core trench is compacted very nice. Jerry's already got the next lift down there, so he's bringing it in with the dozer. We'll shove it off with the D4 and get it compacted. He's actually got to leave to go get a haircut. He's got a hair appointment this morning. We'll work on getting this filled in while he's gone. And then we're probably going to suck some of that mud back on the inside of the dam down there. We dug out that old core trench, but one thing at a time. We hijacked Jerry's dozer while he's gone. Oh, hang on there. We're going to get some of this better dirt. There's a lot of really good dirt on this copper edge. Get it pushed over in that core there, and then we'll take the D4 and push it down and compact it and just kind of keep going back and forth until we eventually get it. That's some really good material right there. think after this pass, I'll be up high enough. I'm probably just running in with the 850 and I have to keep going back and forth, but gotta get there first. All right, I think we're done with this one for just a little bit. That next pass across there I can do with the 850, but before we do the next pass, we need to get her rolled. So let's fire back up this old girl. Oh, try again. Off we go. Oh, you guys tell I run this thing all the time. There it is after the roller pass, guys. That's compacting very nice. Everything we learned over there and applied over here is definitely working out very nice. So got one more lift in here and we'll pretty much be up to the current grade, I guess. So I'm gonna get that in there, get it rolled, get it compacted, and then we're gonna go down there and focus on the mud. So you guys get the process. Let me hop on the 850, get this done real quick, and then we'll jump down there and see if we can get that cleaned up before Jerry gets back. Well, there it is, guys. Keyway is in, keyway is compacted, and it looks absolutely awesome. Probably the best compaction we've got on this dam so far. Now, I'm not really worried about what we did on the other side, sealing up. Long story short, we just went about it the hard way. This is a much better job and a whole lot less effort to get there. So I'm gonna kind of quit on this here a little bit. Jerry should be here in a minute. Whenever he gets here, he's good to just start shoving dirt and building the dam. You can kind of see it start to take shape around there. I just realized I left the traco idling for the last 45 minutes to an hour. Whoopsie. Oh well, it'll be all right. It don't burn a whole lot of fuel, thank goodness. But what we're gonna do now is I talked to Jerry. Let me walk up here where you guys can maybe see a little bit better. This great big pile right there is all of the old sludge that come out of the keyway. When we finished up that keyway, it's all that stuff that got pushed down the end. It was just nasty. I don't know how else to put it. So Jerry thinks since we're so limited on space on this side of the dam, we're better off to go ahead and get all that stuff, put it on the inside of the pond, and after we get all of our dirt robbed, we can just kind of smoosh it around a little bit and make it disappear in the bottom of the pond, and it'll make our cleanup a whole lot easier. So I'm gonna work on getting some of that moved. Jerry actually already put some right here, hauled it up with a dozer, and I get that done. We might get the other 850 fired up and start moving some yards. So normally what we do in this situation is we take all this mud, put it on the back side of the dam, so we can kind of smear it out, let it dry, possibly use some of it for the back slope or just dissipate it somewhere down there. But the problem we got here is everything on the other side of that is just soaking wet. We have very little room to work because we're right up against the highway embankment, or the highway right of way. So we're gonna take what little bit we got on the back side here, Go ahead and bring it back around into the pond. I think we'll be able to dissipate it in here like Jerry said. If not, absolute worst case scenario, if we can get this mud on top of that hard ground, we can take a dozer and slide it up there in the woods and lose it up there. But we definitely don't want it in the dam this wet, and there's just no good place to dry it out right here. So going back with it. Hate moving dirt twice in opposite directions, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to make it right. Come on. All right, as you guys can see, Jerry's back. He's got his ears lowered. He's actually brought a bunch of really good material down here up out of that corner. Stuff he's bringing across now is still good, but not as good. I have got this whole area right here completely cleaned out. We got the mud piled up right back there. Some of that'll dry out. We may be able to get it used. Some of it may just get smeared to the bottom of the dam or bottom of the lake. I don't know for sure. But talking to Jerry, I think we've decided we're gonna go ahead. We got about 100 and I'd say about 70, maybe 80 feet. Go ahead and connect that keyway. Get that good clay down in there. Even if we just bring it up to level, don't build a dam on top of it, depending on how things go later. We get a bunch of rain and still drain across it, but it's kind of a now or never type deal. Is kind of the determination we come up to. So let's get the core in, get the foundation in, and at least we'll have that done. And then we just gotta get some dirt moved and hope the rain holds off. Check this out, guys. 100% proof and a perfect example of this core trench working. You see this split in dirt color right there? That's the core we just packed in. This is original ground. Look what it's doing. It's forcing all that water around. So basically this core is plugging off all that water running through the ground and chasing it around right here. Eventually, that water's gonna be cut off way up there where we're digging, but long story short, it won't have that leak path going through the dam. So I thought that was just a pretty cool little random example of what we're trying to accomplish with that core right there. All right, back to digging before we get wet. Everything I'm trying to do is once I get down to this rock, I'm gonna scratch around on it. It's about 2 or 3 fairly loose layers. We're gonna get those loose layers peeled up out of there so water can't go between them. And I'll try to take them teeth and kind of cut grooves in there so that we go to compact them, kind of get some clay pushed down in there, and hopefully it'll be like water stops and get it to seal off. We gotta make sure we don't run into a situation like we had up there at Matt's pond where there's a seam between 2 different types of rock. This here looks to be pretty standard all the way across. You guys can kind of see the loose rock I've got thrown up in my spoil pile there. Jerry's still bringing some dirt over. Just about got it. Right there's the other, there's the end. Crawl down here one last time. Jerry's getting ready to bring some dirt in here. I just want to make sure we got the bottom of this cleaned up as good as we possibly can. Got some good grooves in it. You can see the water we're already getting ready to fight. Bring her on down, Jerry. Coming in. I like that to be as dry as possible whenever he pushes that in there. It just helps it seal off that much better. I tell you what, we better be careful. They may mistake us for a couple of professionals. Show you guys what I did here a little bit. These keys don't line up exactly. That's part of the old key over there. They're offset just a little bit, and then one kind of notches back than the other one. This one kind of overlaps that one about 15, 20 feet. So Jerry's getting this compacted in, getting our, bringing our lift in. I'll probably switch him out for the roller on the dozer. We'll get this up, and that's gonna be good. You guys may think this one's not as deep as that other one was, but it actually is. We have just taken that much more dirt off around here, so it don't look as deep, even though we're the same elevation as before. So that's packing in there pretty nice, isn't it?
I didn't want to roll it too much with that bike.
Yeah.
That water. Can you see out of them glasses at all?
They're that dirty? Oh, they are that dirty.
That's probably why you're doing it.
No wonder why I'm digging crooked, Jerry. Back to rolling. Looking good though. It's looking real good. Two more lifts in that to get it up to the top of the ground where we originally were. Jerry's back on the 850. He's going to bring me some good dirt. We're just about out of the good dirt he brought before. I'm going to get it layered in there, and then we'll get it compacted. You guys know the system. I'll see you in a minute. All right, there it is. The keyway is complete. We're going to start layering in there for a while. I think once we get above this keyway, we're just going to start tracking in with the dozer. The way this dirt is, the moisture in it, these big heavy dozers do a pretty good job. So Jerry's wasting no time. I'm going to go over and set the laser up. Just kind of curious how far we are off over here. I'm pretty sure we're a little bit low right there. Just kind of gauging our height versus our dirt. I think we're good, but I'd rather know that now than later. So I'm gonna park the roller up, fire up the other 850 so it's warming up, and then get the laser set up. Well, let's get this monster warmed up while we're setting the laser up. Little cold nature, but she went. All right, that dozer's fired up, warming up, full of fuel. I got the laser set up. Go over here and see where we're at. Kind of get a guesstimation. Looks like we may be closer than I thought for about half that. Obviously, we got a ways to go there in the middle. Uh-oh, somebody got the counterweight dirty. Hey, newsflash, if you got a Volvo, you got a blade on it, it's gonna happen. I don't know what else to tell you. Huh. Jerry's wasting no time getting some dirt moving, but I guarantee you, since he sees smoke coming out of that other 850, he'll be switching this out here shortly. All right, here's kind of the scope. Right here, we are pretty close. This is basically where the dam meets the ground, which is a conveniently a really good guess. So this thing kind of goes from grade to about 4 feet low. Obviously, it drops off in the hole in the no man's land. We need to get that caught up, but we're I think we're closer than what we think. I hope I don't end up eating those words, but I'm gonna hop on one of the 850s. Jerry's gonna take the other one. We can all take guesses on which one he wants, and we're just gonna flat move some dirt here this afternoon. We got a couple more hours of daylight, and see if we can get done. Well, no surprise what dozer Jerry was. I'm not gonna argue with him. He's happy as he can be over there. So I'm gonna work on pushing some dirt down to Jerry. I think Jerry's gonna work on it, kind of layering it in the dam there a little bit. He's got some touch-up he wants to do on the back side of the dam, which that dozer probably would be better for. So we're gonna move dirt here for a little bit. Jerry and I got a pretty good system going. We got really good dirt all the way back behind me. We got some mediocre dirt right here in the middle, so I'm kind of mixing them two together, bringing them down to here to him. He's taking some of that good dirt from over there, coming across to kind of tying these two halves together here a little bit. We've probably gained close to 4 feet elevation here in the last 45 minutes or so. Well, doses are running good. It's not raining yet. We're gonna keep going. Still pushing dirt. Jerry's over there on the B yet. Got the J going. Making pretty good progress. We about just about got that center section of the dam caught up with everything else. I think Jerry looks good in his dirt perfect sweatshirt. What do you guys think? It's getting late. I'm gonna have to find some fuel, and I think it's time to turn the old lights on. Let me show you what we got before it gets too dark here, guys. We pretty much got the two dams tied together, making one big dam. We're probably about 3 or 4 feet from elevation right here, but we got the majority of the hole filled in. It is getting dark. We got the lights fired up on both machines. I think we're gonna run a couple hours here this evening and try to get this as best we can before the rain possibly tomorrow. So it's hard to video at night. You guys already seen a lot here the last day and a half, so I'm gonna set you guys down and I'll show you in the morning in the daylight what we got, but it's go time. Well, good rainy morning, everyone. Jerry and I worked about 4 hours in the dark last night, and check that out. We pretty much got the dam in. Didn't put a laser on it, and we were working in the dark, so don't hold me to this, but I think we're within 6-8 inches all the way across there. Kind of got everything rained in and tracked in as it started raining on us last night. It hasn't rained a whole lot, but it has rained enough to shut us down. So that's going to be it on this one for a while. We need one more. If we just get one more good day, I think we'll about have this one whooped. But it is definitely taking shape. So I'm gonna get out of the rain, I'm gonna get out of the mud. We're gonna let it dry out a little bit. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give her a big thumbs up. Definitely helps out the channel, and it's much appreciated. You want to make sure you don't miss what happens next. Consider subscribing. Either way, guys, I really hope we catch you on the next one.